All right, good people. It's your man EG with the EG My Journey podcast. We got a phenomenal guest here on the day. You don't want to miss this one. You want to keep it locked, keep it tuned, because this one can help you out. You dig? We got Mama Mia in the building. We're going to tell you a little bit more right when we come back. Keep it locked. Well, people, we are here. Yeah. It's your man EG yet again. And if you look to my left, I got a queen in the building. You hear me? Mama Mia's in the building. You say, Mama Mia.
Mama Mia's in the building.
What?
Good.
Mama Mia Patrice Burroughs Allen.
Yes.
She gets it in, you dig? And she'll put that sweat all over your brow. You heard me? You dig?
I'm here for the sweat.
Yeah, we'll be here for the sweat. How you doing today, lady?
I'm feeling absolutely phenomenal. How about yourself?
Oh, man, I'm out here in these streets. You heard
Let
me?
me say it like how I usually say it.
Yeah.
How about your damn self?
Yeah, well, my damn self is feeling quite great.
Good.
But again, man, it's a pleasure, guys. You know, I always have people that I've had relationship with before. This is my first time meeting this young lady, and I'll tell you now, I am extremely impressed with just the candor and the strength that she carries that's on this on these feet. You know,
That's what's up.
you know, I had an opportunity to read through the story, and your journey was phenomenal to me. It was something that these people need to hear.
Yeah,
It's
I
touching.
agree. Thank you.
Not only that, but you have in your journey, you have the actual journey, but you have a mission behind the journey, as well as something to help them to get on their journey.
Amen.
And that's because a lot of times we all have questions, but we don't have answers.
Correct. And not only that, but I figured like this, in order for me to get started and where I am today, I wanted other people to feel what I felt.
Yeah.
And so I believe that's really in the grand scheme of things,
Word up.
why I am where I am right now. You know, I'm not trying to be anything other than what I am.
Word.
And to know that someone else is able to share or feel what you feel,
Yeah.
you know, that within itself gives you the strength to move forward.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you. Let me back up a little bit, because I know that you're not from here,
No, I'm not.
but you sound like you from the NO. You got
Until
the
certain
NO
words.
swag, you know.
Until certain words.
So tell the people where you're from, and you
Born
know,
and raised in White Plains, New York, Westchester, White Plains Tigers in the building.
word up.
And I lived in New York for most of my life.
Yeah.
But my mom was such a intuitive mom. She knew that these little project kids needed something else. And my
Yeah.
daddy being from the 7-4 by way of the 9.
Oh, where you from here? All right. All right, you from
We-
from New Orleans, because you had the swag coming through. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we
So
grew
I
up-
get it.
We grew up down here in the summer.
I get it. I
Yes,
knew you were East Coaster, but so it all makes sense. It all makes perfect sense, because you definitely have, and I would say 7 Wall, 9 Wall swag
Yeah.
straight up.
Yeah.
And you know, for you to say that, you know, I was on point, guys.
Thank you.
So when did you get here?
I came here in 2003,
Okay,
right after 9/11, and
gotcha.
just before Katrina.
Right,
Mhm.
that must have been fun.
It was very interesting.
And were you were still in the military at the time, though?
Correct.
So were you in? I know you were in the Air
Air
Force.
Force.
But were you in regular service, or were you in guard?
Great question. So I was active duty on
Okay.
guard. So I was a guardsman
Yeah.
who was fulfilling the role of an active duty
Gotcha.
personnel.
So you were, not only was that a crazy time, but that kept you
busy,
busy.
because it was whenever we had to work, we worked, and if it was drill weekend, you worked.
Word, man. And then with and then you could never leave.
Right.
You were always here looking after. Wow, that's something. I tried to go to the Air Force.
But I wouldn't give it up. I wouldn't do it any other way.
No, I could dig it.
What happened?
I had a stomach issue.
Okay.
Yeah, they just
It's
told me.
important.
Listen to me. I was at the MEPS.
Yep.
I was at the MEPS getting ready to push out. We were at the MEPS. They put us in the hotel rooms for the night. and they called me and said, George,
Yo,
you ain't right. So
someone,
I had a hernia. I think it was 19, something like that, 19 or 20, something like that.
yeah,
They were like, nah,
yeah. No, we're not gonna take you.
we don't want you, player.
We're not gonna take you broke. It's all good though. I
Yeah,
mean, look
yeah,
at you
yeah.
now.
No, I'm sorry. Let me backtrack. That was God because I was trying to go to the Marines at that time.
Amen.
And then
Merry Christmas to you.
I tried again, and I still got the same thing with the Air Force.
I mean, I love the Marines.
Yeah,
everybody has their token in life.
Listen,
I did my research
I'm grateful.
and I went to the people in blue.
Yeah, I am grateful that they got that, and I got that call saying, George, get up out here. We're gonna bring you home. They had to get a van to bring me back to the West Bank.
Of course. Because they brought you.
And it was like 4:00 in the morning.
Uncle Sam do not play.
Yeah, and it was crazy. But it was a good experience.
Yes.
It was a good experience. It's something I can look back on, like several things that God didn't allow me to go through or to do.
Won't he will?
Won't he will? Will he won't?
Yes, he will.
Yeah. So so in the midst of 2003, how long? When did you retired? Right.
I retired in 2016.
Okay. Take that. So you win. Minute. What's that?
3 years, 6 months, and 23 days.
Oh,
But
well.
who's counting?
I mean, well, 36 and 2. I hear you. Goodness, I think you count.
That's what the people gave me on the phone when they gave me my walking paper.
Yeah.
That's why most of us know.
I bet you know the minutes and seconds and all that.
No, I'm not.
With 43 seconds to go, you're like, go ahead and sign this paper, lady, so you get up out of here. Well, that's good.
Sir.
That's good. That's a blessing because it apparently shifted you into positions that you are now, into the place that you are now.
Actually, it's really crazy that you said that.
Yeah.
It was later in my military career that I started to gain weight.
Yeah. Okay.
Lose sight of things.
Yeah.
And my family became at risk, meaning if I hadn't lost the weight, I wouldn't have a job. And at the time, I was the one. My husband has a job, but my job came with insurance
and those crazy benefits,
vision, and with 5 children and stuff like that, blended family. So we had to, I had to get my life together.
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, why you gaining weight?
Yeah.
Nobody could tell me that it was, I'm over 30. My life is working against me. My body is working against me. And my old habits of eating ice cream and cookies 3 times a day is not going to sustain me through this 30 plus life.
Oh, so you mean that's my problem? Dang. All right. I'll give it up. 30 plus life. So life, cookies and all right, ice cream.
I mean, I just, and I'm saying that and my diet was really, really poor. Right.
I can dig it. It's in most of our community, just keep it 100.
Correct.
We eat like we eat. And a lot of that's because of colonialism.
Right. And so it does stem from, it's in our heritage.
Absolutely.
And so to change that mindset, what we need to do is get to the kind of like, you got to be able to say to yourself, when is this going to change? Do I like me? And at that point, that's where I was. I didn't like who I was. You see what I'm saying?
That's dope.
And I kept saying to myself, why would this man want me?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want myself.
Yeah, that's good right there. That's good. It's good that you could take the a self check.
Right.
And then make some movement on that.
Right. And I used to talk negatively to myself constantly.
Yeah.
And I had to change that mindset because I'm a straight shooter and I believe in calling it like it is. So,
Word.
If excuse my French.
No, it ain't French.
Cool. English. Fat bastard.
Yeah, no doubt.
You understand what I'm saying? That's how I would talk to myself. Like, yo, why you eating that? You're such a fat bastard. Yo, why you doing this? Yo, why you know what I'm saying? That's how it was. And I had to change that. So I had to change the narrative.
Yeah.
So it ended up being, yo, fat bastard, go for a run.
Word up. Yeah.
Yo, fat bastard, do a push-up.
That's right.
Yo, fat bastard, I don't care how you get on this ground and do this burpee, but you're going to do 16 of them today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just how I grew.
So what helped you to change that narrative other than you already having what seems to me to be a stronger mind than others? And I know it is a complete mind shift.
It is.
Yeah.
I believe for me, it was the birth of my child, my grandson.
Okay.
My grandchildren. Just a little quick background story.
Yeah.
Biologically, I don't have grandchildren, but I have grandchildren.
I got you. I got you.
So to be able to be blessed to allow someone to allow me to be that important in their child's life, I gotta be here.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And you take, and it's evident that you take it serious. Like, I'm not playing. I'm like, look, I mean what I say, and I say what I mean.
And I tell them in class all the time, you can come here, shook jive, do whatever you want to do, but you're not lying to me.
Yeah.
I don't matter. Don't do it for coach.
Right. Because at the end of the day,
you gotta have
it's personal.
Your reason why.
That's right. That's right. You know, one thing I always share, and I've shared on the podcast lots of times, was it was a little bit over a year ago, probably a year and 3 months or a year and 4 months now, that I was in the hospital. And I was in the hospital 33 days. And one of the things for me was, in the beginning, I was in my head. And I was in my head to a fact of nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew how to help me. I'm getting blood transfusion after blood transfusion, and the doctors had no answers. And it was just a little bit down the line where I was having these extreme moments of pain.
Okay.
And then it was at that point, it was the first time I had been alone. The very first time. I sent my sister home because my sister stayed with me the entire time. I sent her home that day, and it was, nobody was there, and I went through this pain point, and I had an argument with God. And in my argument, I was quickened, and in the midst of my quickening, it was, this ain't my business. This your business. And I think that's the same path that we need to take when we're on individual personal journeys.
Yes.
We have to unload our own junk so that God can upload that positive program.
Because he's not going to give it to you if you're not ready.
You know, I agree with that, but I have another one. Maybe he'll give it to you, but if you ain't ready, you gonna miss it.
Yeah.
That's on you.
And that's the lesson as well.
Absolutely. That is on you. And if you miss what God has for you, then what you want him to do?
But at that point, probably he already gave it to you. He's just whispering.
Absolutely. And that's why we ought to know how to hear the still small voice. You know what I'm saying? We have to tune in, and that's, and a lot of time that's the issues. You know, it's not that we don't know we are fat, out of shape, or we are lazy, or we're missing the abundance that this world has for us. It's not that we don't know in most cases. It's the fact that we just don't act on it.
Don't act on it. And that, you know what? It's so funny you should say that, because I'm just at a place, like I tell people all the time, you gotta be able to look at yourself.
Yeah.
And so with that, you can't move left or right if you don't know where straight is. How do you know where to go if you don't know where north is?
That's good.
Right?
You need some type of compass.
You need a compass.
Yeah.
And so there's people out here that look the part, that are doing the work, and that's all well and fine. Here's the deal. I always tell, and I have a saying in class called Merry Christmas, right? So whenever I give them
about to say that, Merry Christmas.
Whenever I give them a gift, I tell them Merry Christmas. So here's the deal. Not for nothing. You can either live a happy long life or exist.
Again, and I always go back to what I've said in certain podcasts, because I don't know if I said it or somebody else. I don't know if the revelation has come to me, but we get to that point where we're so busy trying to appease and or fix our issues that we miss the point of living.
Yes.
We're so busy trying to survive.
Keep the balls in the air.
Yeah. Oh, I've read that.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. So I always say we spend so much time throwing balls up, right? As moms,
juggling,
as dads, as brothers, as sisters, keeping the balls in the air. Mom's busy, so we got to bring baby sister to this, or this child needs to go here or this child needs to go there. And then we lose sight of self. We end up finding ourselves 20, 30 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out how we got here.
Yeah.
And so here's what I say. You're running around telling me that you don't have 30 to 45 minutes a day, 3 times a week to give yourself. Right? Because the balls are going to fall. But if you have a massive stroke or heart attack and die, the balls are going to fall anyway.
Yeah.
They're going to break, burst. And then those that need you are left without you.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Yeah. You're number one. You're number one in your life. And, you know, I always say this, and I think when I say this, I know when I say this, people are afraid when I say it, and they come like, oh no, I can't believe you said that. And what I'm talking about is this. It is beyond anything and everything in your life. You're number one. Husband, wife, children, and watch this one. This is the one that scares everybody, even God. Because if you're no good for God, if you're not good for yourself, how can you be good for God?
If you don't want you.
And that's not taking God out and taking God's reverence.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is you've got to be the best you in order to be the best you. That's it.
Because he put you here to be the best.
And he's giving you a mission in your existence.
Come on. Yes.
We're given a mission in our existence in order to do. You know, Steve Harvey always says this: if you want to know what to do in life, find your purpose, and your purpose will pay you.
Pay you. That's what I tell. You know what? And so go back to the mission. Say that again.
I can't because I don't remember. I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't remember, but you know, hey, look, it was good.
It was great.
It was good though.
It was great, and I'm gonna.
You remember? Go ahead, say it. I'm talking to Marlo, guys.
No, about the mission.
The mission. All right. Okay. See, but it was good. I'm gonna tell you in the replay. I'm gonna type it up for y'all so y'all can see it. Please. When she asked me, I'm just bloop, bloop, bloop. That's it right there.
Then I'm gonna chime in and type in what I was going to
do. There you go. There you go.
I was gonna bring it all back because here's the deal. The bottom line is this. If I got it.
Go.
I got it. So the mission. If you're given a task, right? You're given the tools necessary to do that task. You can accomplish that task.
Absolutely.
However, if the tool is broken or used improperly, right? Over time, the task becomes unable to complete because you don't have the necessary tools to accomplish the task. Same things happen with your body. When you are genetically, and I'm not trying to get into when you become a human. That's not what I'm doing.
Word up. I got you.
But when you are created, okay, you are genetically designed.
Be free now.
To be a certain height, a certain weight, right? And so when you insert external factors like food-like substances, chairs to sit at desks to work for 9, 10, 15 hours a day, those things start to take a negative effect on your body, on your body. And so while, you know, miraculously you have this skeletal structure that is able to deal with 160 pounds moving, you know, running and jumping and doing all of that stuff. But now that structure, that bone, that joint is now dealing with 260 pounds times 6 at a run.
Yeah.
Because your body takes on 6 times the amount of your weight at the impact of foot. So imagine that on your body every day, 1.5 every time you walk. So every day your body is taking that, and you wonder why your legs hurt. You wonder why your back hurts. You wonder why your arms hurt. It's because we have to take care of ourselves. And listen, you may catch me in the store eating a pizza or a bag of chips. I'm not the person that is walking a straight and narrowed line. I have weaknesses and days where I fall off and don't be on the bandwagon and bump it. I'm going to do this today.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's delay, don't deny.
That's good. That's good because, you know, a lot of times we can get into, I want to do it. I want to do it. I need to do it. I need to do it. But we harbor ourselves in what's called analysis paralysis. And we become paralyzed by what we think and we don't get it done. You start writing things down. I want this, and we'll have these vision boards and these affirmations and this and that, and give me. I want you to understand. I think that is where we absolutely need to be. We absolutely need to be there, but there has to be action put in front of all of that, or within that, or behind that,
to make progress.
I mean, without it, it's fruitless.
It is. It's just fluff.
It doesn't make any sense without it. None of them. If we're not doing what we say, if we're not progressing in the means and the manner that we'd like to, then what are you doing?
Right.
You're just throwing. You're not even throwing your balls in the air. Now you're throwing something. You're just throwing your hand up, and nothing's coming out.
Right.
You know, because it's fruitless.
It is.
So I think it's key that once you, especially if you get into your health journey, right?
Right.
Find where it is that you want to be, set goals, hit the goals, set more goals, hit the goals, set more goals. And that's with everything.
That is it.
That's with everything.
That's with everything. And that's the approach. The smallest amount. And Rome. I keep going back to Rome.
Yeah. ...
It wasn't built in a day. And this abuse that you have going on, it didn't happen overnight.
Mm-hmm.
The things that you're feeling, they didn't just arise. So those are the things that we need to try to get into. When I talk to my clients about exercise,
mm-hmm.
when we're in class, I'm telling them things like, you got to breathe. Your breath is your muscle medicine.
Yeah.
To get them to think about things. And when you wipe your face, you got to drink some water because your body is excreting water.
Right.
And it doesn't make water. As amazing as it is, the only way your body gets water is to drink it.
Yeah. Yeah. And, there, hold on, let me take my shot too. Nevertheless, and that's a joke inside the podcast. That's grand, because what that sounds like to me is, when I'm there, the motivation that you give, and I've heard this, right? Because I've heard from my sister who comes to your class. The motivation that you give throughout that time aids them, the psychological portion.
Right.
Right. You give them what to do physically.
Right.
But psychologically, you're working them out as well.
Right. Because I want you to think about, I say things to them like, how you're feeling right now, you should feel like that.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon. You need to know the difference between pain because you're doing an improper movement,
mm-hmm.
and fatigue, muscle fatigue, because you just haven't moved like this in a while.
Yeah.
And that's where having someone who's trained, educated, and skilled comes into play,
mm-hmm.
because you can give your clients that type of knowledge so that they can say, hey, coach, I don't think I'm doing this right.
Yeah.
Right. Because while you like to believe that everything is happening the way you want it to, 9 times out of 10, some people just don't move the way you want to. No matter how you talk to them, no matter how you speak through their movement.
Right.
As many times, Marla will tell you, I'll tell people all the time, raise your left leg and bend your right leg. And they will raise their right leg and bend their left leg.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I expect it.
Right.
That's why I repeat it. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You just have to, people just have to learn how to speak to one another.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that might be the fact of, I'm doing something I don't do on the norm, and I am completely confused.
Come on.
I'm thrown out.
Not only that, but the pressures of walking into this place with all of these other people who have been here for a million years, and you just came, this your first day. It's intimidating.
So, and how do you start them off?
Come on.
Do they just jump in, or is there some kind of process?
Okay, so when you say start them off, like new people, or
new people, yeah.
Okay, so like yesterday we had a new person in class.
Okay.
And she came by, she drove by, she saw the building. I said, come out tonight for 6:30. Wear your clothes.
Yeah.
Drink, eat. I tell them, how to prepare for
Absolutely.
the class. And then they come to the class and I just keep my eyes on them.
Gotcha.
I work them out. They don't do anything different per se. The movement may be modified,
mm-hmm.
but it's the same to them. Does that make sense? So while I may do a push-up on the ground, you may do a push-up on the table.
Yeah.
It's all relevant to you because
Gotcha.
based on how you're built and what you're capable of doing.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, what I really want to touch now is I want to move into lots of times we get lots of excuses. I'm sure you get excuse after excuse. I'm sure people come and then they don't come back, and and it's because they didn't commit. And, and not just to commit. A lot of people, well, this hurts and that hurts, and I can't do this and I can't do that. Here's what I want to highlight. Here's why I want to say that. And this is what they can't see. People can't see just looking at you right now. They can't see your shoulder,
right,
or your arm, and what tell people a little bit about that. And the reason I'm highlighting that is because there aren't any excuses. I've learned that excuses are monuments to nothing, and they build bridges to nowhere. Those who use these tools of incompetence are fools, and therefore they are masters of nothing.
Masters of nothing. I love that. That is yes.
Take it.
So, with that being said,
put it on the wall and there for your people. What excuses? Make them learn it. I used to make my baseball teams learn that.
I tell people all the time, well, here's what I like to do. I like to self-evaluate. I look at it and I say to myself this. If I'm telling you a reason why I can't do something, I just can't.
Mm-hmm.
It's an excuse.
Right.
And so when you hear things and people tell you what they can't do, like I had a client tell me I'm not able to lose the weight that I want to lose because my husband cooks my dinners and
oh, okay.
And I said, that's okay.
Yeah.
I understand. Your husband is going to kill you.
And it's your life. Right.
And this is your life.
That's on you.
And I'm not coming between you nor your husband.
Yep.
But, you coming to me for help and I'm only here for 3 hours with you a week. When you do the math, there's 24 hours in a day.
That's right.
Right? 7 days a week.
That's it.
You do 3, 8. You take away 8 of those a day. So that's what? Let's do some real quick math. I do it all the time. 168 hours.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm on 3 of them. So that gives you 165 hours to really blow this thing.
Right. Right.
Waking hours a week. That's a lot. And so with that being said, you go through things, and I've had 3 major surgeries, 2 of which were rotator cuff. 80,000 Americans have rotator cuff surgery a year.
Yeah.
For women, 9 times out of 10, it'll come from reaching back. When we're driving to get our purse off the ground, your shoulder is not designed to move like this, and especially not with 15 pounds of weight.
Right.
Because that's what most purses are. And so I had 2 rotator cuff surgeries, was going through a strength cycle to potentially compete in a bikini competition, and was getting weaker, not stronger.
Oh, wow.
And went to the doctor and got the disturbing news that, them 2 rotator cuff surgeries you had, they're not working.
Oh, wow.
So you got to get a total shoulder replacement. You know what that sounds like to someone who prides themselves?
Do I? That sounds like, all right, you'll never play ball again, Mr. Quarterback. Right. That's what it sounds like.
And so I went from, I had the surgery in March of this year, and they gave me a total right shoulder replacement. So in my arm, I have a metal prosthesis, basically. Okay. And it has been a very difficult journey. I am not at 100% due to no failure of anyone else other than the fact that my body likes to heal the way it heals.
Yeah.
And my shoulder and my scapula, or my shoulder bone, moves in unison. They don't move in proportionate to each other. Gotcha. So whenever I try to lift my arm, my shoulder hikes and my elbow, my scapula pops out the back. With that being said, I have not been able to exercise in over a year and a half. And I've lost 25 more excess fat pounds in that year and a half.
No. Tell me it can't be done. I'm just saying. Somebody said it can't be done. I mean, you
And people look at me and think I work out all day long.
right.
I don't. I really have not. I can show you my apps.
You're right.
I haven't. You used to see me. I used to run Woodmere constantly. I know every 3, 5, 7, 10 mile route from
Yeah.
here to Marrero. Okay. Um, but I just haven't. I haven't been able to do it. One, because I'm fearful of falling.
Hmm.
Two, because I wasn't able to do it at first.
Right.
Um, and now I'm thinking about getting back into the running game. I'm not really
Hmm.
sure, but I'm saying all of that to say if your goal is to lose the excess fat, the central adipose that is around your abdomen area, or just to look good and want to be an Instagram model, whatever your inspiration is, you can do it. We can. Here's the deal: we got the movement
Yeah.
for the most part. I think
Absolutely. Absolutely.
it's the nutrition, and if we can get it to taste good,
Mm. Yeah. Then it becomes easy.
yeah, it's easy.
It's like nothing.
But you also have to change your mind. And so when people tell me they can't, I say, nah, that's not a fact. Because while I'm telling you I can't put my hair in a ponytail,
Mhm.
in my head, I'm gonna be able to put my
Word
hair
up.
in a
Absolutely.
ponytail.
I say all the time, you have to get to a point where you no longer see it, but that you saw it. And it sounds like you've already seen that vision. So that means it has to come to pass.
I
That's
mean,
my philosophy.
and I might die trying to get there. But damn it, I'm gonna try.
But I'm gonna
I'm
put
never
everything
gonna.
to it.
I'm
That's
not
right.
gonna give up on Mia.
Yeah. There you go. And that is key to, I think, key to life. Because you can implement that in any aspect, in any
Any
area of your life.
down to cutting your toenails.
Absolutely. I'm gonna be the best toenail
Toenail
cutter.
cutter. What
I'm out here. My toenails are fire.
I used to tell my kids, I wouldn't care if you grew up to be a shit shoveler. You
Yes.
better be the best shit shoveler there ever was
Now you better preach.
on this face of this earth,
Yeah.
and then some.
And then a little bit more after that. Yeah, just don't settle for mediocrity. And that's the key. It is I don't know if you could say anything better than that.
I-
That's like, I mean, what you say after that? Amen.
Amen. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Hallelujah, glory, thank hallelujah.
And then you say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah, Feliz Navidad.
Hello.
There we go.
Happy Hanukkah. We spreading the love all around. And I don't care how you get it.
Absolutely, just get
It's a
it.
gift for you.
Just get it. Just get it. So, I mean, the moral of the story is, you guys get down, get to it, and make it happen. That's
And
it.
if you don't know how, I'm here to help.
There you go. Tell them how you can help them.
I am the proud owner of Life in Motion Fitness, um, based right here in Harvey, Louisiana. I've been in business we've been in business for a little over 5 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we are just in the business of saving lives.
There you go.
That's what I'm in. I'm not in the competition business.
Mhm.
I don't care who you used to go see. I don't care who's doing what, where. It doesn't matter to me. Please just be safe and move and get somebody who knows what to do when it comes to food and nutrition and helping you guide you through those things. And they may not have all the tools and be that knowledgeable, and nor am I. But I desire to want more. I desire to
Mhm.
learn more. And so with that being said, you know, that's how I got to be the owner of Life in Motion
Mhm.
Fitness, because I didn't want to keep that feeling to myself after losing 40 pounds, on my own,
Yeah.
doing the things that we do, run. I was
Mhm.
in the military. So what do? We run, we push up, we sit up. That's all I knew how to do. I didn't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
My background is finance. So,
Mm.
right. So fast forward to, you know, 265-pound, getting ready to get fired, Mia.
Mm.
And my husband would follow me in the car, and I would run down 4th Street, and he would follow me behind the car in the car because he wanted me to be safe. I mean, we do extreme things.
Right.
And so while I was extreme, then when I got to the point where I couldn't go anymore, where I didn't know where to turn, I sought out someone who knew how to do it.
Okay.
And then that's where the extra 40 pounds came off. And these people started to talk to me differently about, hey, what are you eating? Why are you putting so much sugar in your coffee? Do you really need all that creamer? Hey, let me ask you a question. Where on that plate is a protein? Where on that plate is a carb? Do you know what a carb is? It's not just bread, it's vegetables and strawberries and kiwi and jackfruit. And there's all kinds of good things out there for us to explore, to deal with, being satisfied. And so with that being said, I decided to, I need to give this to somebody else. I started Life in Motion Fitness in my garage. And I had one lovely client.
Yeah.
And that client ended up going into business with me, and we established Life in Motion, the Wellness Center, which is now AKA the Lab. But I wanted I was gonna call it. I want to go back to the naming of the business, if you don't mind.
LYFE.
The LYFE.
Yeah, I read that. Go ahead. Yeah.
So most people think it's ethnic because I'm Black, and we like to spell things differently.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's not the case.
Yeah.
It is because you have to have a reason why to want to change. You have to have a reason why to do something, or else it's purposeful. It's fruitless.
Yeah.
Right?
What is your why?
What is your why? And more importantly, it's all about you. And that's the reason why I spell life with a Y. Because it's all about you, and you have to have a reason why. And if you bring it there every time, anything else does not matter.
That's right. Absolutely. You are absolutely correct.
It does not matter.
So how do they find you? So let's tell them how they find you.
You can find me, again, at brick and mortar. It's 3827 Spencer Street in Harvey, Louisiana, right down the street from the UPS drop-off center.
Yep.
Right. And then so online, you can go to lifeinmotion.com. That is my website, lifeinmotion.com. You can visit me on social media, which is Live, LIVELYFE, the letter N, Motion. And also I have on Facebook, I have Life in Motion Facebook page that you can check me out on, and TikTok, Live Life in Motion. So all things either at Live Life in Motion or Life in Motion.
It's right here where everything you're looking at on the screen right now. That's what it is. So take a screenshot and get to getting.
Get at me.
You need to get at her. Look, I don't know if I'm scared or if I'm whatever.
Come join us. We used to have, listen,
don't say it, because now you're gonna push me away.
No, listen, this not what I was gonna say. We're not doing those Jane Fonda movements where we're pumping our thrusts and our hips in the air, and this is fitness. We doing bent over rows and overhead press and push-ups and sit-ups and
see, that's scary enough for me. Push-ups, sit-ups, I'm terrified. You got me like,
but you're gonna feel absolutely horrible while you're there, but feel absolutely amazing when you're done.
Okay, can I just go straight to done? No, can't do that. I know. I gotta go through the process. You have to go on the journey if you want to get right.
Oh my goodness, you are hitting all the key words for me.
Man, hey.
This is a continuum.
Look at that.
It is not a destination. Stop shortchanging yourself and getting fit to go to Mexico.
Yeah, because you got to come home.
This is not a destination. You don't get there and die. You keep living. You gotta keep going. You have to maintain.
Oh, how about this? How about you make life your destination?
Hello?
That's a t-shirt.
Hello?
That's your next make LYFE your destination. Ooh, and that's for the building, for the services, and for your own life. I just did a commercial. We're gonna talk payment and checks after this. All right, good people. I thank y'all so much. I want to thank you for joining me on today, man. This has been an amazing time. I don't know if we could have done any better. This is great. And I say this a lot too. I'm gonna have to have you on. We're gonna have to do something in order to get these people connected.
Let's go.
You
Let's
dig?
do it. I'm ready.
And as I say always and all the time from your boy, keep your deuces crooked. Peace.